Hi, MFAM Tribe DWTS fans. I'm back again with episode 4's recap, and as you can tell, it was a little bit of a theme night with Disney night. I'm so excited. This is always my favorite show that they do, and the dances were absolutely amazing, and there were some songs in there that were like, would have never thought of those, but let's take a stroll on Main Street and see what we came up with. Let's go. Okay, so first up we had Danny and Dylan doing the quick step to Life is a Highway from the movie Cars. Lightning McQueen and Mater have always been a favorite in this house because ever since Braden has been little, he has absolutely loved this movie and it's such a cute one. So definitely a favorite here. This amazing dance, amazing. They had great footwork, there was great framework, and the energy was just off the charts. And you can tell Dylan's really kind of coming into his own. So absolutely love this dance. It was fantastic. Their scores were a 7, an 8, and an 8, and I believe that I'm gonna have to go with the 8 because it was just absolutely fantastic, and just the energy behind it and everything was just on point. So there's an 8 paddle from me for Danny and Dylan. Next up, we had my girl Danielle doing the quick step. This was to a Jungle Book song, which I have not watched that one in forever, and I almost kind of forgot about this song, but they did the quick step, and there was a lot better body contact for sure this week because I know that they had mentioned it last week. And just the overall vibe of it was so much fun. The costumes were so cute and just went along with it perfectly. Their scores were all 7s down the line, and I think I would have to agree. I'm kind of, if I could give half point, I would go 7.5 because I feel like her energy is getting so much better, and again, just every week she is taking what they say into consideration, and she's just bringing it every single week and doing exactly what they're asking. So I'm gonna go with a 7.5 if I could, but I would definitely pull up the 7 paddle on this one. So great job, Danielle. So good. Okay, next, I absolutely love this one. This was Scott and Riley dancing the salsa to Bop to the Top from High School Musical. High School Musical, huge favorite. Absolutely love it. Seen every single one of them. I don't watch the series because just the original, the OGs is just so good. But regardless, this dance was so freaking cute. Scott has become so much more confident, and you can tell even from last week, like the confidence was really coming out, and then this week, total confidence in this dance. It was just so much fun. They were both in character, and such a perfect song for them since they kind of have that sibling vibe going on. So absolutely loved it. It was so freaking cute. I wish they would have brought out the ladder and did the little, bop to the top ending, but I digress. It was still amazing, and I absolutely loved it. Their scores were all 7s as well. I think I have to go with an 8. I would definitely have to go with an 8. Like I said, just his overall confidence is boosted so much, and they played perfectly to the characters of this song. So I'm going with an 8 on this one, judges. And next, we had Alex and Val doing the Viennese Waltz to Once Upon a Dream. I already love the song. And this version was actually from the Maleficent movie, so it was a little bit more dark and mysterious. And she was dressed beautifully as Maleficent, and she killed this dance. Absolutely killed it. She was in perfect character. Her presence was just, presenting that villainous vibe, and she was very strong. Everything was precise, and just the overall feel of it was very enchanting. So I agree definitely with the judges on that one. She had 8s all down the line, and I absolutely agree. This was an absolutely wonderful Viennese waltz by them, and it was very close to a perfection range. So absolutely agree with the judges on this. Great job. Next we had Hilaria. I think I'm saying it right finally. I don't think I've said it right previously, but It's Hilaria and Gleb, and they did the Cantina music from Star Wars, which is an iconic song from the Star Wars movies for sure. This one was a lot of fun, and I thought there was a good energy about it, but I have to agree with the judges. I don't know, just something felt a little bit off. Again, her confidence and the energy was great, but there was still some underlying thing that just kind of felt off to me. So I have to agree with it. I can't put my finger on it either, but the judges, I think, were on point with this one for sure. Their scores were an 8, a 7, and an 8. And I think just for that feeling of being off a little bit, I would probably lean more towards the 7 with Derek. And I stand corrected, it was Derek that said that it felt off. I know there was a little scuffle between Bruno, Carrie-Ann, and him, but I have to go with Derek on this one. I really feel like there was something that was just a little bit of a miss, but overall, not terrible, really great job, and I thought it was well done for the most part. So next we had, and I absolutely love this was so cute, we had Andy and Emma doing Viennese Waltz to Les Festines from Ratatouille. Again, Ratatouille is another favorite in this house. Obvious reasons, but Aurora has really been into the Ratatouille phase lately, which I'm okay with, but I digress. This one, he was a little bit more back to being, flat on his feet, and there needs to be more dance steps and less gimmicks. So I definitely agree with the judges on that, especially getting into this week of the competition. There definitely needs to be more of the content of the dances in it. But again, it was really cute. Emma looked absolutely freaking adorable as a mouse. I mean, girlfriend went all out, but it was really cute. But yeah, at this point in the competition, it's really gonna need to be brought, so to speak. So they had 6s all down the line, and I would definitely have to agree. Maybe even a 5.5 if I could go half point. But I'm gonna have to go with the 6 on this, so I will definitely agree with the judges. All right, now we have Mr. Robert Irwin doing Try Anything from Zootopia, another super cute Disney movie. Again, great movements, great energy. He's always putting it out there on the line. I do have to agree that there was a little bit of a holdback, and I don't know if that was maybe Whitney with the choreography or if that was just Robert not going full tilt on it, but there was some little just like holdback on it. But overall, still an amazing dance, very great showing, performance was awesome. Their scores were a 7, an 8, and an 8, and I think I would probably lean towards the 7, just for that fact of, a little bit of a holdback situation. But overall, really great job, and Robert always kills it. That's just for sure. You're never gonna not get it from him. So, but great job to them. Next, this was a little bit of an interesting one. This was Elaine and Alan, and they did a quick step to the theme music from Space Mountain. I would not have pegged a ride song for Disney night, but I guess it makes sense. It is part of the Disney universe, so I'll take it. Alan as the alien, absolutely hilarious, but he looked phenomenal. Elaine looked fantastic. Again, just clean, precise. She is, I'm telling you, she's a contender. She's going to be in that top 3, top 4 situation. I guarantee you she will be in the finals. If she does not make it to there, that's going to be a total upset, and I will not understand how that happened. So their scores were an 8, 8, 8. And I absolutely agree. She is another one that just every time she gets out on the floor, she kills it. She knocks it out of the park, all the things. So absolutely fantastic job. And again, another unique song choice, but I loved it. It was absolutely great. And next we have Miss Whitney Levitt with Mark Ballas doing Room Where It Happened from Hamilton. One of my favorite musicals. I could see it over and over again. As a matter of fact, I have watched it on Disney Plus more times than I can count. But this was amazing. This, I agree with Derek. Like, this could have been in the Broadway show. Mark's choreography is always so inventive and so on point, and this was not a disappointment. And Whitney absolutely brought it. She had the character, she had the flair, she had all of it. So this was absolutely fantastic. If it wasn't so close to mid-season, this would be a darn near perfect dance, for real. Their scores were a 9, an 8, and an 8. Oh, this is a tough one. I gotta go with Carrie Ann. It's a 9. It's a 9 for me. I mean, it was so fantastic. So job really well done. And again, you can't go wrong with Hamilton, at least to me. I'll go with a 9 on this for sure. Okay, next we had our very own Princess Tiana Jordan dancing to one of the songs from The Princess and the Frog. She looked so adorable as Princess Tiana, and then there was Ezra as Prince Naveen, and it just went beautifully. The whole dance was just beautifully done. It was a lot of fun. The energy was great. She really has come into her own. Looking at episode 1 to 4, she's definitely more confident in kind of feeling in her ballroom dancer element. So really well done. Her scores were 8s all down the line, and I would definitely have to agree. Always, again, room for improvement, but she did a really fantastic job, and it was just beautifully done. So great job, Jordan and Ezra. And last but not least, we have Miss Jen Affleck dancing to A Friend Like Me from Aladdin. This had some amazing tricks in it, and Girlfriend with the back walkover, oh my gosh. She did absolutely amazing. And you can just tell that they were having so much fun just by the looks on their faces. Jan as a genie, oh my gosh, like pretty much head to toe blue. Awesome, absolutely loved it. And she looked so pretty as Princess Jasmine. Their scores were a 7, an 8, and an 8. And for this jazz routine, I think Carrie Ann was a little stingy, so I would have to go with an 8 on this one. It was so much fun, a great energy, and I thought they did a really well done job. So I'm gonna go with the 8 on this one. Okay, and now the most dreaded part of the show, our elimination. I don't even have any words at this point. I did not expect last week's elimination with Lauren. I definitely didn't expect it this week with Hilaria and Gleb. I thought for sure she was going to make it to the finals. She is a fantastic performer. She's definitely feeling her ballroom inner dancer coming out. I don't know how this happened. But I'm shocked. I don't agree with it, but that's where the votes landed. That's where the chips fell. I don't even know. It was very much a shock. So we've had 2 shocking eliminations back to back. I don't know what is even going to happen with Dedication Night next week. It's wild. I can't believe it. I mean, usually there's at least 1 shocking elimination per season. This one is just off the charts. I don't even know. But however, moving forward, I think we are going to get a little bit of shock factor somewhere, just because everyone is doing so well and the competition level is just so good. I have an idea of who I think should go next week, but I think All of America kind of does, but I am very interested to see what happens next week, so we shall see. But thank you again for tuning into this DWTS recap with me on Disney Night. Don't forget to like and follow along on our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Until next time, see you real soon.